Welcome to Nebraska, the Cornhusker state. I'm here at RUNZA, a Nebraska original, a favorite, a classic. I'm heading back to my hotel room to check it out for the first time on the channel. RUNZA in Nebraska. Let's do it. All right, you guys, I made it back and I'm super hungry for RUNZA. I'm at my hotel here in Nebraska, checking out the sunset. Look at that. Are you guys ready for RUNZA? I'm gonna find a spot, we're gonna park it, and I'm gonna check it out. Welcome back, everybody, to an all-new fast food pit stops. I'm your host, Justin. I'm here in a hotel room in Grand Island, Nebraska, checking out something brand new, at least brand new to the channel. We're talking about RUNZA, Nebraska's favorite fast food sandwich. It was founded here in Nebraska in 1949. Now, basically, a RUNZA is made up of seasoned ground beef, cabbage, and onions, and they put it inside of like a hot pocket type of bread roll packed with all sorts of toppings. Now, I got it in two of their classic flavors, the original RUNZA and the RUNZA with cheese, but you can get it in all types of varieties. They have like the Philly steak, the spicy jack, the barbecue. They've got them all, but these are the basics. These are the staples, the RUNZA original and the cheese. I'm super excited for this, you guys, because I didn't walk-zed, I RUNZA'd to RUNZA right down the road, back to my hotel to check it out for you. Super fresh, super hot, super now. It's RUNZA. Let's do it. The price on these was like $4 a piece, so not too bad. And of course, you can get it in a combo. Enough talking, let's get into it here. The RUNZAs from RUNZA here in Nebraska. If you're in the area, you already know what it's about. If you don't, I'm gonna show you. Oh man. Oh yeah. This is the original RUNZA. It's just the seasoned beef with cabbage and onions in between, and they stick it in this like bread hot pocket sort of sandwich bun. You guys see that? The RUNZA from RUNZA. This is the original. I'll show you guys the cheese. Oh, it's sticking to the paper. There's that sticky RUNZA cheese. Hopefully it's a RUNZA without giving me the runs. RUNZA cheese. Inside is all of the goodness of the RUNZA. You can smell the onions and I guess the cabbage in there. I want you guys to take a close look at that. See all that? The seasoned beef, the cabbage, The onions, it looks like they're thinly sliced, paper thin bread. We're dropping meat, we're dropping onions, I'm dropping cabbage, but I'm not dropping subs. We're almost at 15K. Thanks again, everybody, for subscribing. I'm gonna do it here. A first bite, big bite of the Runza with cheese from Runza here in Nebraska. Cheers. I guess it's, I guess you can see the cheese a little bit on the bottom. It's American cheese. The seasoned ground beef is super small, right? It's almost shaved. The onions and the cabbage give it a pretty decent blend. Nothing too overpowering, nothing too offensive. I kind of wish it just had a little more of a pop of flavor though. The spices are good. Really, you don't taste so much of the cabbage and the onions, but you know they're there because I can see them. The cheese, the beef, the veggies. The Runza from Runza in Grand Island, Nebraska. Cheers. The bread is, of course, nice and soft. I mean, the meat is okay. It's good. It's decent. Like little crumbles of meat. Kind of reminds me of almost like the consistency of like Taco Bell seasoned ground beef. Sort of, you know, small, little tiny chunks. Seasonings, of course, are nothing like a taco seasoning. A little more savory. Some herbs. Definitely some black pepper in there. You can taste that. Little onions. Little cabbage. And that's kind of the deal here. All of the Runza sandwiches have this base of the beef and the onions and the cabbage. I don't think you can get it without onions and cabbage, for instance. It's just sort of part of the mix.
That's good, Mark. Thanks, Steve. Got to really mix up that special blend of fresh ground beef, cabbage, and our secret spices for perfect Runza sandwiches.
But like I said, they have several varieties of Runzas that you can get. They even do seasonal offerings. Like right now they have the Philly cheesesteak Runza, which has Swiss cheese, peppers, I think mayonnaise. But they come out with different variations from time to time. But these you can always get the original and the cheese Runza. Let's do it. A big bite of the original Runza with no cheese. Show the inside real quick. Almost, barely. You can see it right there. Super thin, paper thin top. You can see the light through it, or at least I can. Let's do it. A big bite. Cheers. Wow. The original actually has a lot more flavor than the cheese version. However, with the absence of cheese, the flavors of the beef and the onions and the cabbage definitely are more apparent. Dare I say that the cheese actually even confuses the sandwich just a little bit. With this, I really get the impactfulness of that meat filling, that German sandwich Runza filling. I've got a feeling that the filling is a little bit better in the original version. Really checking out that black pepper in there. The spice is really apparent. God, I almost wish I knew what their secret blend of spices was. Like a hit of oregano. Almost has like a rye sort of caraway seed kind of taste to it a little bit. Wow, it's very different. It's like nothing I've ever had before. And that's why they say, don't walk sub, make sure you Runza to your local Runza to check it out. I think on a scale of 1 to 10 for the Runza sandwich, I mean, the original to me was better than the cheese. I felt like it actually had a little more meat in it, or maybe just the cheese was sort of jading the complexity that is a Runza. By itself, it's fantastic. You can even see here, it looks like it has more meat in that one than this one. But either way, on a scale of 1 to 10 for the Runza sandwich here in Grand Island, Nebraska, enjoying in my hotel room, thank you very much, I would have to give the original probably like a 6.5, maybe even a 7. I think the cheese version's probably like a 4 or a 5. It's nothing too spectacular. Now, I would imagine that some of their specialty Runzas, and it's certainly their limited time variations, probably are absolutely absolutely fantastic. But this one still gets a win, and I'm going to definitely pick some up before I head back to Denver. What's your favorite sandwich to get? Get it without cheese or get it with. But either way, you just need to get it if you can. If you have a Runza in your area, don't walksa, Runza to your nearest Runza. I'm going to go on out here on a last bite, big bite of the original and the cheese Runza here in Nebraska, eating the way that Nebraska'ns do. As always, thanks again everybody for checking out another great review here on Fast Food Pit Stops. I'm your host Justin. You know you love it. You came back for some more of it. I'll be back for another fast food review. Cheers.